All right, what you're looking at is my latest acquisition. I bought now I'll call it a package deal, but it's 3 command radios. Okay, and through all of them, I do have a complete case. This one's complete. It's got a dented um, power unit on the back, a dynamotor. The other two have been bodged by somebody. I actually recognize this article. You build an aluminum plate. Let me tilt it up for the camera. You build an aluminum plate for the power supply in the back, and I guess this is a rectifier tube. And then the person took out the original connector, and oh, I see. He folded the transformer leg underneath, so if I bend it back, it'll break on me. But you always wonder what you're going to get. But I've seen this type of setup before. I think this is probably a new type of BFO. I guess the unit that was on there, although this says 5 to 15, 1.5. What the hell is this thing? Okay, this is supposed to be a 0.5 to 15. All right, this is supposed to be a AM broadcast receiver. And then this says 5 to 1.5 megacycles. Okay. I don't know what this is up here. This could be a BFO. And what you could do is you can set this unit up to be a Q5er off of another, or like off one of these. There's a BC 454, and its IF strip falls within the AM broadcast band. So you could take the output of this unit, BC5, what did I say it was, 454, and run it over into this unit. But then you're going to need a BFO. Now I don't know. I don't think the AM broadcast unit comes with a BFO. So here's one example. The person gutted. He gutted it and took out the regular audio output transformer. I understand what he did now, looking at it. I've seen articles on people that did this, but I never actually saw one in the flesh. But this one has a transformer on it. It could have done a nicer job, but yeah, he's got some notes all over the radio. So it'll be interesting. But so the reason I bought this was in order to finish my collection, I needed one of them that does the AM broadcast band. And I got 2 of them, and then one of these is 3 to 6 megacycles. This is basically an unboxing. I know what these things are, but I have to be able to see them. Yeah, it's a 3 to 6 megacycles. It's missing the IF can, one of the IF cans, but it does have the dynamotor, which has a dent in it. So in other words, I have to take that apart. It's been sealed. It still has its original the arms aren't going in. There's things you slide in and this will come off. Guess it ain't gonna happen. That one's in. Ow, that hurts. That one's in. That one's in. That one's in. That should come off. Okay, that's another one of those things. But in order to get the one radio I wanted, and I kept getting beat on all my auctions. Okay, last minute, I think it was a robo bidder that was hitting me. I would sit there and I'd be the last person to bid, and the thing would always beat me by $2.50. Okay, so I said, I saw this, and this set of 3 was like $60, and then this will allow me to do some experiments, because whenever I do my experiments, and I should say, whenever I bought a radio to do an experiment, I end up rebuilding the radio and getting it working, and then I never did the experiments. But also, this is to keep me busy. Okay, I don't know if you understand that. When you get retired, you have to stay busy with something. Now, something like this, I'll take these apart. I'll take all the best pieces, double check everything, and build up a unit. And like I told you before, let me unplug this. It's very easy for me to add my power supply in the back. I can add it on this one over here. Just take this dynamotor off and this will drop right in there. These two have been bodged. This one I'm going to leave alone because it's bodged interestingly. Yeah. The one that's not bodged is the 3 to 5. So I'm going to have to steal parts from this one in order to fix the other ones. But these are, I think these are all Air Force. Radio, receiver. They all have the tags on them. But usually the silver ones are Air Force from an aircraft versus the black ones, which are usually the Signal Corps. But I just want to show you that we got plenty of parts now, you know. And these two things were really poorly packed. But I'll just take these apart, and this will be the first candidate, this one here, to come apart. And the most important part of these, and I see it's in here, on any of these radios, is this. These are the 3 coils for the front end. All right. The next important thing you have to have is the correct IF cans. Okay. These IF cans. There's 3 of them, and they're different bandwidths. They get narrower. And you got to have them. And then this tuning cap in here, it's only good for this model. It's not good for the shortwave. It's got more, the lower in frequency, the more vanes, or I'd say vanes, right? Slots, whatever. But there's more plates on these than on these two than there is on this one. But this one got hit several times in shipping. But you know, from my experience before, means nothing. These cabinets can get really bent up, and the radio's still fine. And the aluminum, I don't know if you can understand there how thin the aluminum is. Look, my frame. Oh, there's a big delay. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, what a delay. Okay, in other words, this is real paper thin aluminum, and a lot of the times, aluminum has a tendency. These are all stuck. Aluminum has a tendency to get like this white stuff on it, and it's oxide, and it makes taking things apart really tough. You have to put like a little bit of oil on it and pray. And I did get one of these knobs. These are very common, and these aren't the ones that were used in the Air Force, but they have a spline in them. And somebody figured out that they do fit on pretty tight. And I got 2 of them that are loose. And this dial's froze up because I had this on one of the other ones. But that's what you'll get in junk on eBay or eDumpster. Okay, these are 3 bottom units. These are the 3 units that the company has already taken the best part off of it, or they don't want these, and then they dump them, 3 of them together. And I needed the one band, the AM broadcast band, and I was unable to win a bid. And I'm talking 5 or 6 times, or maybe more. And the last second, I'd always be beat by a robot. And I find that if I have an auction that ends during the day, I have a better chance of winning because there's less people home to sit there and bid against me at the last minute. But this will be interesting. You know, decide what I want to do, which one of these chassis I want to salvage. But this is actually this one here. Boy, what a boy. that plate in there that he cut out, that's actually an article, and I bet that's a 455 IF being used for a BFO, and this is a Q5er rig, which you got to give it credit. He finished it. It does look like it probably worked. Oh, another thing he did was a lot of times they will drill through the side of the radio and put the earphone jack here. That's because one of these two, one is the volume control, or actually gain control. One turns the BFO on and off, and one of them is the BFO adjust. So it's all here. This, like I said, this is an article, so I'll touch this one last. This one I got to get apart and start cleaning. But it's sad, you know, how these radios were treated over the years. And yeah, and I was funny. I was watching some videos that people did on these, and one guy's talking and he's taking the screws out. That's as far as he went. You know, you go look at my videos. I've actually taken these apart, cleaned them, built things for them, undid the gears, the whole thing, and got it working. But today I said, let me go see what other people have done on these. And then there's one guy, he does a good job. He's very knowledgeable, but he's got all cherry units. All his units they're mint condition, okay? And I never got one of those yet. I never won the auction, because they go for, one of these go for easily 150 when they're in untouched condition. Now this is touched. This has had all the capacitors changed inside. It's got wires that go to nowhere. And you know, you have to, when you go through something like this, you have to figure out why didn't the person use that? Where did this used to go? You know, and then how did he wire it? And oh, and the other thing too is, I noticed on some of these, they have these like a darts. And these darts fit into the mounting bracket. They fit into the front. And you can see these look real. You can see on one expensive radio that I was looking at, and my nails got long again, the guy just put a bolt through the back, and a nut, and it's sitting there because he was missing one of these. And I bought some radios that were missing these. But now I have enough parts now to make up a radio, and I don't know if I want to keep this as a Q5er. I don't know yet. I have to see the difference between the radios and what I can do in the chassis, but I have to work on this one because this one's got too much in it and too much missing. Yeah, this is the new. That's what they do. They take out a matching transformer that matches between, let's say, 50K down to 800 for the headphones. They take that out. They put one of these in, and then instead of just putting this transformer in a box like this. Man, this camera's weird. Okay, this box here has a transformer in it from high impedance down to 8 ohms, and it also has a plug on it that I can plug into some of my newer ones, or I put the adapter on and I go 1/4 inch. So, you know, I put a lot of time into these things and working on, but boy, this thing took a beating in the mail. And the guy had all three of these in a box, side by side, with some styrofoam in between them. And styrofoam is good if it's molded for the radio. And there was a gap, and as this moved back and forth, all the pieces in front and back fell in. So I have to go totally through these. And but this is a throwaway. These are in such bad shape, they don't even move. But this is what you get. I told you. And the felt has come off on this one. But what they do is they go through to take all the best parts and they put them on the best unit and get $150. And then as they move through the pile, they sell off the units, and then finally they're left with the crap. And this is the total crap. And that's because they don't want to actually troubleshoot or clean these up, other than cleaning the outside. And but these all seem to have the antenna jack on them, and these antenna jacks. Oh, look at this one. This one don't even spring anymore. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think that's it. All right, that's it.